Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to another episode, another hyperbolic episode. You know how we do here. So, as you can see, we got a little new setup going on. This is kind of the new...
It's still a work in progress.
It's still a work in progress, but we had to get these episodes rolling out. So we're going to keep working, keep editing this little side of the room and make it more neat. And of course, today we got a special guest for the special episode. Welcome to the podcast, Gyaan.
What up, man?
Here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you for coming on.
You're the enthusiast. You're the expert. You're the right person to call.
Are you the DanDaDan expert, bro? Like, do I come to you when I need to fight ghosts and aliens?
I don't know if I'd say expert, but...
All right, man. And of course, we got the third,
Brother
our
number
boy,
3.
Fred, Captain Kilimanjaro.
She.
As you can see, he's not with us in the actual footage.
As you
he
can
is
see, you
on
can't
the
see.
side. You can't. Yes, you can see. You can't see him. So he.
Oh shit! What you thought? Just because you could see me, I wasn't gonna be around? No. I'm always behind the scenes. I'm always around. You know what I'm saying?
So as you can see, Fred's supposed to be the ghost today, but I guess he wanted to show up and pop out.
Well, in the movies, you can see the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
saying.
Make
Fred's
himself
gonna be
visible.
kind of in the background today, kind of like just commentating and
He's like
saying
Hannibal-
whatever
he's
comes
like-
out of his mind.
He's like Hannibal Buress in
Yeah.
the Eric Andre show.
Oh, absolutely. I'm there, but I'm not there. You know what I'm saying?
We're still figuring out the whole 4 people setup in the podcast, so that's another thing we're working on. But for now, we're doing 3 people. We're our guest, Gyaan. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
I'm good.
Pretty good. Pretty
Thank you for
good.
asking,
It's another day in paradise. You know what I'm saying? Living for the dream and striving for the dream as well. You know what I'm saying?
T-shirts coming soon. T-shirts.
Merch OT dub.
So like Lou said in this episode, we are going to be talking about DanDaDan. I also have information about Netflix is taking over the anime game.
Didn't I say this? Didn't I say this? And you didn't believe me, bro. I said they're gonna take over pretty soon. They're gonna
They are.
monopolize, and that's what they're doing, bro.
They're stepping
Crunchyroll
up. They're stepping up to
is
Crunchyroll.
slowly
I'll
gotta be
say
taken out.
they're the only ones who are gonna fight Crunchyroll and Sony.
But also Crunchyroll's getting its own way. So I do have information on it. And then also a new Sony and Kadokawa deal. That's was in the talks, but now it's actually going through. And then information about a possible Moana anime. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, remember to leave us 5-star reviews with that compliment sandwich. There are going to be time codes below, but let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's jump in, bro.
Last week's news today. First, in the realm of anime. So the official Twitter account for Netflix Japan shared a trailer with the caption, "A huge collection of Jump anime titles on Netflix." In the video version, we are going to have our editor-in-chief Oscar actually add the trailer to the video, but I do have it here. The trailer was titled With Friends Jump Anime and Netflix. So as you saw, they showed things like One Piece, My Hero, JJK, Blue Box, and Sakamoto Days. So all these anime are on Netflix that you can watch. At the end of the trailer, they also showed panels from the manga Kagubarchi and Akane Banashi. So I wanted to ask you, have you read any of those?
About maybe like 3 weeks, I started reading Kakurabachi.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I always talk about it in the what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're playing. Lewis is actually reading it too.
Yeah.
But what about the other one, Akane Banashi? Because that one's manga only.
I've heard of it alongside Kakurabachi.
Yeah.
Because people are talking about, how it's getting animated. But I haven't read that one.
So, but it looks like it might come to Netflix though.
It is.
Those two.
Netflix, I think, is right now buying a lot of the rights to these anime, so they can add it to Sakamoto Days. Is one of those big ones that are supposed to be coming out in January.
Yeah.
I just started reading it too, so that way I can be a little caught up with that. Well, once the anime drops on Netflix. But like I said in the beginning, bro, Netflix is taking over.
He did. And
They're seeing the potential. They're seeing the views. They're seeing that there's a huge fan base when it comes to anime. Why not just be a part of it, bro? Just take over.
I know. And at first I was not with it. I was like, Netflix? What do you mean, Netflix?
I'm still not with it.
You still not with it?
I don't know,
I'm
man.
still not with it, bro. I mean, I know that they're doing good. I know I gotta watch Castlevania because Nocturne is also coming, part 2.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just a Sony head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
A Sony head.
yeah, because I mean, I prefer Crunchyroll, even though they got their, their
I like the
devilish
look of
ways.
Crunchyroll. Yes.
I know, but
So that's enough for me to be like, nah, I'm not with it.
But you gotta think about it. Like,
Good
not
company,
everybody.
good company practices.
No, if you gotta think about it like in a corporate mindset, Crunchyroll is there accessible for everybody, but not everybody has it. Netflix, on the other hand, everybody has Netflix account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, if you think about it, if I have a Netflix account and I have a Crunchyroll account, right? I know I'm paying a little hefty price for Netflix, especially compared to Crunchyroll.
Okay.
But if you're telling me then, like, hey, in a year from now, all that anime that you can watch on Crunchyroll for like $2.99, and I know you're already paying $19.99 for Netflix, guess what? We're just gonna have the same anime on Netflix. Fuck that. I'll save my $2.99 because I'm gonna keep Netflix. So now I'm gonna have all my anime on there, plus whatever other movies I technically end up watching on Netflix anyways.
Well, so the thing about Crunchyroll is that they have
I don't think Crunchyroll stands a chance.
They have new anime. So Netflix will get like Demon Slayer, but after the season's over, and then they put it all on Netflix.
But until Netflix buys out the copyrights, they can do whatever they want.
Right, or they're the ones
they
to
have
create
the
it.
money.
I know.
Yes, they can easily go and offer them the money and be like, "Hey, we want to pay you this much if we can stream your manga or whatever on our platform first, or exclusively on Netflix."
So the reason I bring it up is because DanDaDan was on Netflix. That's actually how I watched it. I didn't go to Crunchyroll.
Well, think about it. Dragon Ball Daima was exclusively on Crunchyroll, and now all of a sudden Netflix has it.
Right.
What did Netflix do? They pulled a couple of strings, paid a little extra. Ta-da!
Give me that.
Give me that. Exactly. Give me that. Now we want the Dragon Ball fan base on Netflix.
Oh, I know. I mean, they did a couple of shady things to DanDaDan as well, Crunchyroll. So, I'll bring that up in the meat and potatoes. But I also have that note here that Lewis wants Netflix to win. So I'm
not saying Netflix. I don't want them to
win,
but they are going to win. So you're either on their side or you're on Crunchyroll side. But you're literally the winning side or the losing side.
Winner side or the
I'm
losing
sorry,
side,
man.
Pick which side?
I'm already paying for
You're
Netflix.
a bandwagoner, bro.
I'm already paying for Netflix.
Me too.
So then what's
I
the
know.
point, bro? Like at this
But
point,
then Netflix has to do it with care.
Crunchyroll has to come out with something better than Netflix, something that captivates fans to continue to stay with Crunchyroll to the very end.
I don't think they can, bro.
And I don't know what can they produce to help that or give that extra edge that Netflix can't provide.
I think they might. I have no idea what it'll be, but because they already have the store, you know what I'm saying? So that's a part of it. But I feel like with that,
Then they're just gonna turn into like a merch spot, like a GameStop. Like it's not gonna be about games anymore. It's gonna be about Crunchyroll Funkos.
well, it already is because they got the Funkos and they got like statues and stuff like that.
But
But also,
anime.
no, I know. But I'm thinking that with the shit that Sony's got going with
The Kadokawa.
yeah, I think that might bring a couple of new avenues as well.
All right, so on to the next in the realm of video games.
We forgot to ask the
Guillaume.
guys. Yeah, man, what are your
What
thoughts
side
on
do you want,
that?
Crunchyroll or Netflix? Or maybe you want them all to go to Amazon. Where you at?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I mean Hulu was big on it.
I live with my family still, so like we just kind of split like the subscriptions.
So do you guys
like,
have Crunchyroll?
yeah, we have Crunchyroll, we have Netflix, we have Amazon. Like it's
As a family, you have Crunchyroll?
no, it's just like something between my sister and I.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, she pays for it, but
Because we had talked in one of our most popular clips or whatever is us talking that Crunchyroll is not really for families. It's a one-person account, so that's another thing that Netflix has.
But do you agree with the fact that maybe Netflix should start taking on more anime?
Is that okay with you if all the best animes are just on Netflix?
I think it would be convenient if like everything you like is on one platform.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to anime,
They're
there's
spread out. Right?
yeah, like right now I'm watching Bleach,
Okay.
but that's not on Crunchyroll or Netflix. It's on Disney Plus / Hulu.
Really?
So it's like
Yeah.
there's always like that extra avenue. You have to
Yeah.
go out of your way to find something.
Especially if that's what you want to watch.
I feel like that's where Crunchyroll has it too, man. Because like they have all of the obscure animes. You know what I mean? At least for the most part, they got all those derivatives of when I got reincarnated as a slime, but just like all the other different ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you can get that whole library on Netflix, then, you might dump Crunchyroll.
Yeah, you might. I mean, I think that's what Netflix is trying to prove. Like, hey, we can have it on our platform. Just come to us. You're already part of us.
Sit down.
Just sit down, man.
Subscribe.
Enjoy, subscribe. And if you haven't, subscribe anyways. So,
Join
Don't
us.
share with your family or else they're going to...
Right.
but
Yeah,
Netflix,
we'll
you can
find
share
you.
with your family though. That's even perfect. Bro, I just don't see how Crunchyroll's gonna win, bro. I'm pointing out all the facts, and it's all going towards Netflix at this point.
You're good. You're right for the wrong reasons.
I know we said like at the beginning of our podcast journey that we wanted to be sponsored by Crunchyroll. Netflix, we changed our mind. Come sponsor us. Anyways, move on to the next subject.
He's not wrong though.
I know you guys have a bigger bag. Come throw that over here.
We love Netflix.
Before you move to like
go
other
ahead,
stuff, they had like Jump Festa this weekend.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like they, announced some stuff, dropped some trailers.
Really? For
Yeah.
what? For the ones I was talking about, or no?
Well, this morning I saw that they have a trailer for the Chainsaw Man movie.
Yes,
really?
Reese. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I know you've been waiting on
I
that movie to
haven't
drop.
I haven't waited. We'll put it in the video version.
Mappa putting in that work, boy. Let me tell you.
All right.
X has mixed
else?
feelings.
What else did they drop trailer wise?
They did drop another trailer for Sakamoto Days.
Okay.
Like it shows more of like the like slice of life stuff. There's like no action in it, so people are kind of like questioning it. But I'm just gonna wait and see.
Yeah.
Because I already
opinion.
I already read it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not like too judgmental about animation quality wise. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah. I do kind of feel like that with DanDaDan as well. I do have like a lot of. Trust me, I have a lot to say. I have a lot of opinions on DanDaDan.
Jump on to the next.
But I appreciate it. Bit of news. You hear that? You got to step it up, guys.
No,
Did you hear that?
I got
future guest?
news on another
You
side.
feel that, future
Alright,
guest?
something.
Well, speaking
Y'all gotta step it up,
speaking
man.
of Captain Kilimanjaro
Gyaan is
news,
raising the level.
Yeah.
Bring your own news next time.
I love another bit of news.
Yeah.
All right, next in the realm of video games. So back in November, Sony announced that they're going to be doing there would be a union between them and Kadokawa Corp, and then a short month and a half later, it has gone through. So they describe it as a strategic capital and business alliance.
For those who are unaware, that is all of your FromSoft games.
Right, it is.
Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1 through 3, Bloodborne, which everybody knows if you play PlayStation, they might be bringing back. You know what I'm saying? Things of that variety and or nature.
And then we all know Sony. Makers of the PlayStation, The Last of Us, God of War, Metal Gear, the PlayStation Portal, all the greats. And then, like Fred said, Kadokawa, they have, From Software and, some other animes, but we've talked about them in a different episode. They don't really have a lot of standout ones, but they're involved in anime. Gyaan, do you play Bloodborne, Elden Ring, From Software games?
I have played Dark Souls 1. I do own Elden Ring, but I never got around to playing it. I really do need to.
Can you, though? Can you get good?
Can you, though?
Have you got good?
I think I could, get.
I think I could get good.
Okay.
I'm pretty patient, so
Okay.
I think I could get through it.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So they're acquiring 10% of the shares and making them the largest shareholder for the company. Like Fred said, look forward to like animes and stuff off those From Software
telling
games
you, man,
and
I'm
other
telling
things, as well.
They're already working on. I don't know how much game news you have right now, but even
That's it.
aside from that, we got new trailers for games as well. Let's tie into anime and video games. Bleach is finally getting another game for the first time in like a decade. So we've got another banger that's coming out alongside Dragon Ball, which is amazing and it looks fantastic.
Does it look like Hinokami Chronicles, all that stuff?
No, it's not. It kind of is an arena fighter, but it's not like that. It's like, have you ever played Dissidia? Final Fantasy Dissidia? Have you ever heard about it? Have you played it?
No.
It's an arena fighter, but it's like stocks, but you have to, it's like life bar stocks. So it's like you have a particular move or technique that you use to bring down their life bar stocks, but you got to do it a few times to actually win the game. So it's a fighting game that's like that. It's very particular. So it's something that you have to see, but man, it looks beautiful.
I'm looking forward to it. I do want to play more anime games, like when we start the stream.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It's just gonna be good, bro. And then on top
Stream
of
coming
that,
soon.
right.
Gaming stream.
I mean, bro, Naughty Dog finally released a new project, Intergalactic. They're finally starting a new franchise.
I heard they're also bringing Uncharted back.
I don't know about all that, but I mean, did the movie come out? The movie came out already, right?
Uncharted
Like a long
movie?
while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Tom Holland.
Yeah. I'm about to say I didn't even see it, to be honest with you. But
It was alright.
yeah, no. I mean, even if they bring that
It was
truck,
alright. It was
yeah,
alright.
like
Like,
it's
it was
not even
nothing
worth. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like not even worth mentioning. Really,
It was
look.
nothing crazy, but it was alright.
We talked about it in the live action anime episode.
Yeah.
But nah, man, they haven't obviously shown any like gameplay or whatever. Like it was like a reveal trailer, but it looks pretty interesting already. You know what I mean? You're a naughty dog in space.
I know.
Some might call it a cowboy bebop.
Right? Could be. Could
Yeah.
be. Could be. Shout out to that episode.
I can
And
see the inspiration.
from
No.
to with, like merging those two worlds.
Yeah, like the character's ship, it's red, like the swordfish.
Yeah.
So she's got her like Akira style jacket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I dig the vibe of that game.
We did talk about that too in the Cowboy Bebop episode. I would think that it would be the Yakuza people to make it, but I'm just, whoever wants to make Cowboy Bebop anime video game.
I think it's a fantastic thing that Naughty Dog is doing it. Because, I mean, after The Last of Us, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, they could tie it up.
They've conquered, like, Indiana Jones. They've conquered zombies.
No.
Like The Walking Dead. Go to space, bro.
Go to space, bro. It's the only unexplored, unless you want to try the ocean, but everybody's scared shitless of the ocean, so,
No, we're going to do the ocean after we do space. The ocean's just as big as space, kind of. All right, so the last thing I have about that is the quote that they have is, initiatives to adapt Kadokawa IP into live-action films and TV dramas globally, co-produce anime works, expand global distribution of Kadokawa's anime works through the Sony Group, further expands publishing of Kadokawa's games, and develop human resources to promote and expand virtual production.
There we go. Anime's even in the taglines, bro.
And Sony's pretty big. Sony's,
Don't be surprised if it's OT dub, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't watch an Elden Ring anime? I mean, you don't really know much about Elden Ring, but...
No, that news is for y'all. All right.
Elden Ring is one of those games that I'm going to be making into a series, so, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's lying in wait.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I have footage of us playing Elden Ring.
I've seen it.
All right.
You,
Gabe and Oscar.
Also, that was Gabe? I
was
never
Gabe.
met Gabe in person, so...
Gabe's going to be on
That was the guy in
our
the video?
Dr. Stone episode. All right, last. In the realm of movies.
What's up? What's going on with movies?
So, the anime director Gensho Yasuda released on his YouTube page 2 more anime shorts based on the scenes from Moana 2. So, 4 total. So, I have video of that as well.
All right. So we just got done seeing the video of Moana animated.
Yeah.
What did you think, man?
What did you think, Jan?
Looks interesting, but
How do you feel about Disney being a part of anime now? I mean, they have their own like cartoon animations kind of style, but with Pixar. But how do you feel about it like being animated?
I mean, if they think they can pull it off, I guess. But I don't know why they would choose Moana. Like,
Well, so
they've
Moana
been doing
2,
a lot of Moana stuff lately.
I think
So that's what I was...
renovating money right now.
That's what I was gonna touch on. Like, why are they doing a movie, a live action, and now an anime? What the hell is going on with Moana, bro?
They are milking it, bro.
The Rock is involved, and that's all that matters, bro.
Well, they got a live action coming out soon for
Yeah.
Moana. Moana 2 just dropped, so
Right.
you know they're gonna have merch and toys and blah blah blah. And then now they want to jump into the anime space with it too. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not a big Moana fan.
No?
Nah.
So that was going to be one of my questions is, how do you feel about Moana?
I'm not a big fan. I like the first one, and like I said, I just do it for the kids, bro. I do it for my children. But if it was for me, I wouldn't really care.
So I like Moana.
I like Moana too, bro, but I haven't seen the second one, and I don't really know.
No, I haven't seen the second one, and I don't think I will until it comes, to my house.
Right.
When my nieces are watching it.
Yeah.
No, man, I like those, new Disney movies. Moana follows a very similar, Pixar Disney, story structure, but they just do it so nice. I was like, even though I know it's going to happen, I like getting there. And the songs were all nice. I like that You're Welcome song. I didn't think I was going to like it by the end of that song. I like the You're Welcome.
I really like Moana. Is definitely one of the better, newer Disney movies.
Well, I like Tangled. I'm not super into Frozen, but
Yeah.
it's fun. I like Coco. I like all of the Disney movies. man.
What is it? The Big Hero 6?
I like that movie a
Yeah.
lot, too.
I think that one would be actually great if they animated it.
Yeah.
Right, that would
That
be
one-
That makes a little bit more sense.
If I had to pick a Disney anime, I would choose Big Hero because
Right.
it has that sort of
Vibe
Gemini.
to it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the city is half Tokyo,
Yeah.
so
So is it weird seeing these Hawaiians speak Japanese and
Yeah,
Think
it's
so?
like a little bit of culture
I mean, it's
clash there. You know what I mean?
Really?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I mean, if it works out, it works out for
Because
Disney.
we said anime everything, bro. What if not anime everything? Anime everything but Disney?
But Disney, bro. Because Disney's already doing their own thing, man. It's like, yo, just stay in your lane.
I'm about to say, because it's not like they can't do it, because it's
They
not
got
like
the
we haven't
resources and
seen
money.
it in the Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars Visions.
Right. So they've done it. We can see that they can do it, but it's just like.
Well, so they didn't do this. This was an anime studio who did this. It's an anime short. It's an official collab between Gensho's animation studio, Zenotune, and Disney. So they did it to celebrate the film's Japan release on December 6th. So they released 2, and then he just released 2 more, like 2 weeks later. Moana 2 was actually originally supposed to be a Disney Plus series, but then the studio execs, and I'm sure Dwayne The Rock Johnson, pushed for it to be a full movie, which looks like it was the right move because it made over $700 million worldwide as of recording. And you're not going to get that much money on Disney Plus as a series.
No. It's interesting, bro. It's an interesting. I feel like 2025 is going to be an interesting year.
Yeah, I think so.
So
25, bro. You know what I'm saying?
a lot to look forward to, man. All right, you guys are ready?
Ready?
Let's jump into the meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah. Did you bring your forks and your knives? Because we're about to eat, bro. We're about to eat on this damn.
I'll save the noises. I won't put through it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, save them for the car ride home, bro.
All right, man. Let's jump in. Go ahead, X.
So, DanDaDan.
Dun.
Dun,
I
dun,
don't
dun, dun,
know
dun.
why I keep saying DanDaDan.
I always say DanDaDan. Do you do that too? Do you say DanDaDan or DanDaDan?
No, I've always said DanDaDan.
DanDaDan.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
DanDaDan. Is DanDaDan? How would they say it in Japan?
DanDaDan.
Yeah,
DanDaDan.
It's the intro.
So
the
are
intro.
we just saying it in American way? DanDaDan.
No, you're just dyslexic and you're adding in the
brother.
I'm dyslexic too. I'm the biggest dyslexic.
I'm thinking on purpose. I don't know about what you two are doing. I don't know what y'all niggas doing. I'm about to say, I don't know.
Even here, I wrote DanDaDan.
DanDaDan.
DanDaDa.
Oh, DanDaDa.
No, DanDaDan.
No.
DanDaDan.
Right.
DanDaDan.
N, no N.
Right.
Yes. DanDaDan.
Right.
Yeah.
DanDaDan. Okay.
So,
I'm glad we got that cleared out.
besides being a
Before we
funny
get
ass
called
word,
out in the comments, it's DanDaDan, man.
whatever.
Dan-
These niggas got a podcast. Take these podcast mics
These
away now.
motherfuckers been doing it for 2 years and they can't get this shit right. Well, as you can say, it's a condition, okay?
I've been reading the DanDaDan manga.
Dang, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man, go ahead. Jump the facts.
It's a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by
Yukinobu.
There we go.
Yukinobu Tatsu.
He's like, don't look at me, bro. Don't look at me, bro.
Just to
Am I
make sure.
good?
So he started off as an assistant working on the Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise mangas.
Oh, very nice.
And then he picked up a manga of his own, and then it got picked up by Shonen Jump Plus.
He has a
The Shonen Jump Plus app.
if you really look into him, he has a really good history on him, like of animes that he's either helped or made on his own.
Oh, really?
But DanDaDan is one of those animes that actually succeeded for him.
Yeah, well, it just got picked up by the Shonen Jump Plus app, which is an app that I am always talking about. But started in April of 2021 with 17 volumes as of recording. So the anime adaptation was produced by Science Saru. They've done Space Dandy, Devil May Cry Baby, and Star Wars Visions, like you're talking about.
So for a little quick fact on that, when he decided to publish DanDaDan, there was a lot of publishers that did not take him up on it because they thought that the drawing itself was going to be too hard for them to actually do as an animation. But Science ended up saying, like, I think we can do this for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They did it.
And they did it, yeah.
It's anime, bro. They draw wild shit. We can't animate that.
Because the way his drawing is and the way he wanted it to be illustrated, it had to be a specific person to do it. So even Siren took a while to find the director, but they ended up going with Fuja Yamashiro. And he's the one that did Devil May Cry.
Devilman Crybaby.
Devilman Crybaby on Netflix.
Which we are going to be having an episode on to beat
if
the
Fred
shit
would
out
not
of
be
Fred.
invited.
Okay.
Oh, we're
You know
stopping
what I'm
on Fred on this one.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to squabble up. Squabble up.
So they also did a rock opera movie, Inuo, which I liked a lot. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It's pretty nice. It's one of those, like, gems, like those anime movie gems.
Those hidden ones.
It came to the theaters, but, we were also supposed to see DanDaDan on
theaters,
the movies.
yeah.
Yeah, like in September. The last thing I have is when a boy into UFOs collides with a girl into ghosts, the universe will never be the same. So what was your experience watching this or reading this, or start with you, Gyaan?
Well, I had heard about it like here and there online. Like around the beginning of this year, I started reading it, and when I like something I read, like I end up like going through it within like a day or two. So I got all caught up shortly after they announced the anime. That was really exciting, and yeah, they delivered with the animation.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that definitely delivered, man. DanDaDan is
Say how you want, bro. This is a safe space.
It's one of those animes that when I actually, because I like I said, I saw the animation first prior to reading the book. But when I read the book, man, I feel like the author, he did a great job drawing it out, man. Like the details in the manga itself is so much better than the animation.
Yeah, he does a lot of like full page spreads.
Yes, and in all of his work, he does it like he draws it out himself, and then he has his like team upload it and then basically put like the little minor details on like through the computer and stuff like that. But everything is hand drawn. That's how he vibes, bro. No, because a lot of people are now just getting into like just drawing it on the computer kind of thing because it's just so much easier and quicker. Yeah. But him is like, he's old fashioned, bro. He's like, I gotta get pen and paper. And then I'll have my team, add up the little details and spice it up afterwards.
What's your friend, Captain Kilimanjaro? What's your experience with it?
This was so much better than I thought it was gonna be. Like because the same thing, I had heard about it here and there a little bit. And I was like, all right, I'll definitely take a look at it. Obviously, because I had to, but either way, I have a thing where there's certain anime mangas that I would just rather like watch than read, and this is one of them. So I might pick up actually reading it, but I'm glad I waited to watch it before reading it, because the way you're describing it is like it's done well on in a book. So I'm just like, okay, well, now I'll think about reading it. But just the way it's animated, bro, is just so
the colors
amazing,
yeah.
bro.
The color palette they chose is really nice, bro.
I'm like, bro, I probably should have like had some mushrooms before I fucking watched this. You know what I mean?
There's episodes kind of trippy.
It is very trippy, bro. Even from the first episode.
So did you guys know that when the author made this series, it was kind of like out of the whim? Like it was like out of so basically his publisher was like, your animes aren't really hitting, or your books aren't really hitting the way they're supposed to. He dropped a couple of animes. I think one was called Fireball.
Yeah. Which
is a baseball anime. So he does sport, which I thought was pretty cool. But it only did like maybe 3 to 5 volumes max, and then it kind of got dropped. And then he did like 2 prior to that too. I can't remember the name right off the bat, but they also got dropped. I think he did like 3, maybe 4 volumes on those 2, and it got dropped. So basically his shit wasn't hitting. And his publisher was like, just draw. Don't even think about the story.
Yeah.
Just draw. And he just started drawing. And then they were like, yo, this is actually pretty cool.
Right.
Like, you're onto something here. You know what I mean? His publisher took it off and it was like, yo, they want this. We need this. We need this one. This one right here. Yeah. So it was kind of like out of thin air.
I think that's because he's a weird guy. And he was trying to just draw normal stuff.
Yeah, bro.
And they're like, bro, just draw you.
Yeah. Basically, this is him.
What would you like to see? Yeah.
This is him. And if you think about it...
Nice. It's cool. I fuck with the vibe a lot.
Yeah. And if you think about it, this anime, if you see his prior work and the work he's worked on before, it's like just a combination of everything in one.
Kinda. Yeah.
As soon as you said, "No man, Crybaby a chainsaw," I definitely saw
Yeah.
it like instantly. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Because he assisted with the directors for Hell's Paradise,
And-
Chainsaw Man, and there was a couple other ones he also helped. But prior to him even doing DanDaDan, I'm gonna say how the fuck I want to say it. He basically said like, I'm gonna finish helping out with Hell's Paradise
Well,
and
yeah.
Chainsaw Man before I start on mine. So basically
Yeah.
on his off time, he was like basically sharpening DanDaDan before they actually released it,
Yeah.
and it's doing
He's
amazing.
He's kind of honorable.
So
I like him
Yeah.
a lot. So we were supposed to watch it in theaters. It came out a little bit early, but I kind of wish we did watch it then because I didn't know anything about this. And even when my friends were talking about it, I was like, "You're not describing it right."
I think that's why we didn't watch it, because we didn't know about it. When you said like,
Yeah,
yo,
but I watched-
there's an anime
yeah,
called
but I
Dance
watched-
Down, I was like, what is that? I've never heard of it.
I watch
gonna
any
watch it.
like when they come out with animes in the theaters, I'll just go, man. Like, especially when they come early. Nah, man, it's nice. I just love this anime. It's everything that I like about anime in an anime.
Yeah.
Definitely. Every time we do these episodes, this podcast is an aggressive way to get myself to watch anime, and I'm kind of glad because, especially the way I was watching it, bro, I was fucking burning through it.
I was about to say, bro, I watched all the episodes just yesterday.
Yeah, like
I ran
in like
through
3 days, I ran through it. Just
I actually did watch it when it was in theaters.
you did?
Oh, you did go?
Wow, then we could have ran into Gyaan, bro.
How was it in theaters?
It's like 3 episodes, right?
Yeah, it was the first 3 episodes.
But you had read it already a little bit before.
Yeah, I was all caught up when
Okay.
I'd seen
Damn,
it.
so did it deliver for your very first experience?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was nice.
I get, bro, the very first episode, the last half of the first episode
Yes.
in theaters, I can't
Yes.
even
Bro, so
imagine.
okay, bet. Well, favorite characters, favorite moments. We're just gonna jump into it, bro.
Go ahead, Ian.
So my
Oh, you're going to jump into it?
So
Oh, go ahead.
one of my favorite episodes is the Granny v Granny episode, and I think that is episode 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was that in theaters?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I would have fucking went crazy over this anime, bro, if I saw it in theaters because that episode was so fun, and it comes right after another episode where they fight the sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
those are my favorite episodes. Are actually the first 3 episodes. I don't think it falls short. I think it does get kind of like I didn't realize that this was gonna be like a fucking shoujo. And we talked about it in the Cowboy Bebop episode, and both Pooja and Lewis disagree that Cowboy Bebop is not a shoujo, not even in the slightest. And I don't think that it is, but I think it could be. But would you say that DanDaDan is shoujo or has shoujo elements?
It does.
Does it? Do you think so?
Yeah, like one of the things I like about it is the romance plot between the 2 main characters.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like that's the one. That's like, that is the main story.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's intrinsic to the plot. That's what I like.
Right.
It's not forced or anything,
No, it's
and
all-
it feels authentic.
So all the other like ghosts, they could just be whatever, but it's just for these 2 to either get together or not get together.
There is aiming for them to be together.
Okay, so then
Right.
is it a straight up shoujo?
No, because it's I mean, it could be. Now, what I read online was that the author had to read a bunch of like romance anime
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he produced this one.
They told him to read like 100 different romance stuff.
Yes.
So before
Because
he wrote it.
his
Oh, really?
his
Yeah.
criteria is not romance.
Not romance at all. No.
So he
no.
had to learn how to adapt that, and I think he did pretty good. But it's more of a rom com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like all like looking each other's eyes, like my love. No, you can't be with me. Kind
No,
of.
but so there's an episode where
Yes, it is.
they're like looking for each other. They're like looking for each other.
Yeah,
The
like-
fucking anatomical dummies or whatever.
I love that episode.
That's just
Yeah.
hilarious.
I love that one.
But it's more funny though. It's
He's
it's
like my
to
top
keep
favorite character.
with everything because you have action, you have rom com, you have like a slice of life in a sense when they're all just kind of like sitting in the table and eating and they're just going at it
That
with
is
each
what
other.
I love
It's like a
about it,
recap
bro.
of like their day. Like
And-
let's sit down and just recap everything that went on. today.
Anything
Do you
in
think
an
that's why
anime
that's so popular though?
or a story, yeah. Anything in an anime or like an anime of any kind, that's what I love about it. The fact that it's all encompassing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a perfect balance.
Right, of
Yeah,
a lot
it's-
of different things.
And he's keeping, and I think I love about that anime is that every episode has a little bit of everything. Like you get your action, you get the romance, and then you get like the slice of life of like
yeah.
the
Well, yeah, 'cause
relax.
when that sumo wrestler came, I thought he was a ghost, and they ended up being
Right.
like an
Yeah,
alien
alien.
ghost
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my God, bro.
They were saying all like not all ghosts are aliens, but
No, because what he was describing it was like
A kappa,
the
a
reason why the aliens cannot invade is because of the yokai. That's what he was saying. Because
Yeah.
they're like of a similar field. That's why they can't
like similar
stop them.
energy or
Yeah.
something like that. And the aliens are still trying to figure that concept out. Like
Right. That's why they look for like espers or like supernatural humans or whatever.
They want to take his banana.
Banana. You take your banana organ, human.
Yes, even the females. I think he means her eggs, but I just love it.
Yo, that episode was crazy.
That was crazy as
When
fuck,
he
bro.
pulled out whatever machine out of his pants and was like,
so
"Oh,
what, bro?
what is
So
this? What is this going on?"
This is not the
here,
program that
bro?
I'm used to. Something's wrong. It's different.
So, favorite characters, favorite moments?
I think it's kind of a mashup between Okurun and Momo as my favorites, especially when it's them two together.
You want them to get together over everybody?
I mean, it's going to happen. Like from the first episode, it's called "That's How Love Starts," so it's bound to happen.
Predetermined,
yeah.
bro.
It's predetermined, bro. Yep.
It's
Well,
destiny, bro.
I hate the people who are fucking up their love or whatever, like that the innocent girl.
Oh my god.
And the loser,
I hate
the
her, bro.
fucking Chad,
Aria
Giga Chad at the
and
end.
Jin.
Oh my god.
Yes.
You don't like
Aria
them?
and Jin.
You know I don't like
them.
Bulma, bro. So she was giving off heavy Bulma.
No, Bulma's not like that. Bulma's not.
She's not like that, but in a similar vein to like, oh, it's all about me. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's
I
wrong.
can't be asked.
I'm beautiful. I'm chosen. Obviously, I'm fucking more beautiful than
I'm the
Jesus.
popular one.
The popular one. My popularity will save this world from the ghosts and demons or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I hate her. I got sympathy for her with her mom, like all that shit. In that episode with her and the lady.
That
in the dress
episode was
sad as
sad.
fuck,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
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 She does come around. So does Gigi.
Gigi, does he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like
I don't like.
the side characters, they're introduced as like people that might interfere. You might not like them, but
Right.
they come around and
She did come around.
It kind of reminds me of the show Friends. Like they start becoming all friends, and that's what I'm saying. When they come down and just sit in the table, it's like watching an episode of Friends at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Just debriefing and talking shit, and then just bugging each other.
This is nice, bro.
Well, I imagine so. I mean, that's what they did in Mashle too. That's what they do usually. Is like they'll introduce a character that's a bad guy or adversary. Then they either get together or are friends or rivals. They because even then
Even rivals are friends.
right
Yeah.
because they don't get along. Yeah, I'm like, why is she at the house, bro? After
Right.
yeah, you'll quickly see that like after like every arc, a new character becomes like part of the family.
right.
Essentially.
Yeah, even some of the ghosts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the Kappa dude, the alien.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, I'll give you my powers. I'll beat you to the inch of your life and then just give you my powers.
Yeah, one thing I like about Aira, like her thing is, she tells people what they want to hear. So at first it's seen as, something bad, she like
She plays dumb.
yeah, she plays people with that, but then she uses that same thing, telling people what they want with Silky, and
Right.
it's for a good thing. It helps her get her closure. It helps her send her off to be with her daughter.
It did come back when she gave those powers, I was like, all right, it's kind of like Sakura. I'm like, all right, now you're cool enough to be as annoying, but like when you're in the way and annoying, I just hate those characters.
She's
in
using
anime.
her powers for good now instead
Yeah.
of evil. So.
And she
Yeah, it
steps
works.
up to be like a team leader. So
Does she?
yeah, it's interesting.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Well, it hasn't got there for me, but usually, and I've talked about it before, usually characters that I initially hate, I do end up liking the most, but I can't help it if I hate them. I'm like, fuck.
And then for the people listening to this and watching this, just remember we're kind of basing this off season 1.
Yeah.
Of course, me and my boy Guion, we're
Right.
a little bit ahead of the game,
A little
like
bit.
always. But for everybody else, we're kind of trying to stay within season 1. So I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
For the other two.
For the uninitiated.
Shut the fuck
These
up, bro.
for these other fucking weebs over
I
here.
got
Fucking
it.
weebs.
I got it from context. I didn't say any spoilers. Lewis is the worst in the whole world with spoilers.
Oh, low-key, I think I
You
might
did
read it
just
now.
fine. That's exactly how you should. I'm gonna have a whole episode on how you can talk about
Yeah,
anime
He's gonna
without
bring you
fucking
on.
spoiling
Guion,
it.
please come on.
yeah. I'm trying to hold back on the
No, I heard
spoiling.
it.
Don't hold back, Guion. Fuck them, man. They don't know.
Fucking man, man.
I got it. That was perfect. You have to step it up. He's raising the bar, guys.
Hey, man, listen, more power to y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You got any favorite characters, Fred?
Oh, for me, I'm about to say, I think it's interesting that you said that it fell off after the 3rd episode because my favorite episode is the 4th episode. Bro.
Which one's that?
They are fighting Turbo Granny and the fucking crab, bro.
Oh, yes.
That is my
No.
favorite episode.
When they go into the dungeon or back into the
Back into the tunnel and
The tunnel.
started
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
her, bro. That shit was chef's kiss, bro.
Bro, she
It was
cheated.
amazing.
She didn't even count to 10.
That's
Oh, I'm not gonna break the
why
rules.
they cheated too.
You have to cheat.
It was set up from the beginning, bro.
They
It
all
was
had to cheat.
preordained. It was destiny, bro.
Destiny.
You know what I'm saying?
Momo's a genius.
Yes, man.
She is a genius.
That's one of my
She
that's
is a
one of my
genius.
favorite things about her. Like her like battle IQ is
Oh.
really high. She's
Damn,
the
you're
one
a genius, Momo. I know.
I know.
Like,
she plays it off.
yeah, bro, this is nice, bro. It's so nice.
Very
Yeah,
awesome.
she's definitely a breath of fresh air in like female leads.
Nah, low key, bro. And that's why I feel like the same as Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, I have to pick both of them as my favorite character. I can't have just one. Because
Yeah.
just because of how she is like that, and because of how he is, and also the polarity when he transforms. And he just becomes like a
becomes
straight
like a
Shikamaru ass nigga.
Yes.
Sorry, babe.
I like that
It's
drag.
kind of a letdown.
Right.
The price of drag when he transforms. Yeah, he's like. Oh,
That's
gotta
just
run
all
again.
anime, bro. It just combines so many different things. I'm like, wow, this is weird. I love
But
it.
he did it in such a way that it just makes everything just fall like puzzles into like
bro.
one
It just
beautiful
works.
image.
It just works so well.
It does, man. It does.
I love it, bro.
Well, my favorite character is Ken. You know what I mean? Because
Really?
I'm low key a Ken. You feel me?
Wow, you think so?
Nah, I'm just playing. I like his dynamic with Momo, and then I just like the way he transforms, and just how like he's always in his head when it comes to that romance part of it. Like just constantly like, does she like me? Does she like me not? Or maybe I should start working out because if she
Right.
sees me as the big hero,
She's like,
maybe
"Wow,
she'll
you're
fall
cool."
for me, or she'll think I'm cooler
Right.
than I am.
Yeah.
And then I kind of like his transformation in the sense of like he looked all dorky in the beginning of the episode, but once he gets Turbo Granny's powers,
Yeah.
he starts getting like wavy hair and shit.
That's cool.
I think he gets
Yeah,
like
man.
a little bit taller.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, my boy.
Kinda
So
super-
It's on some,
yeah.
on some bleeding effect type shit.
yeah,
You know?
like the sauce just bleeding through him.
Yeah.
And then now he has like multiple girls kind of looking at him. He has the popular girl
It is
falling
hilarious.
for him.
Yeah.
she's
No,
bro.
He has
hilarious, bro.
Arya like literally drooling over
is
him.
so
There's
funny.
episodes where they're like he's arguing with Momo, and you can kind of see Arya in the background just like staring at him.
Oh, yeah.
Drooling.
Yeah, and it's funny though. But he wants nothing to do with nobody unless it's Momo. Please.
Yeah, that's another breath of fresh air. Like they don't really do love triangles in this. Like
Yeah, no,
like
they're not.
Ida
Not
does
really.
like him, but
Like we
he-
know that Jin likes Momo, or Jin has like kind of like a weird. Actually,
like a childhood approach to her.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a
Like,
childhood.
But he thinks everybody's beautiful. He's talking, he's
Yeah.
fucking flirting with everybody.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I don't think he's really into Momo like that, but
Well, so that's a note that I have is that he didn't realize, or how do you Okaku run?
Okarun.
Okaku?
I love the fact that she changed his name.
She's like,
Bro,
can't say
that's
your
why
name.
he loves that shit. He's like, I guess.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because he says his name, or she says, I think the granny says his name, like while they're running in the tunnel or
Ken,
whatever.
yeah.
And she just like falls back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit was hilarious.
Don't ever say that.
Bro, the fact that I don't know if they'll ever explore it deeper, but like the actor that she's in love with and this nigga have the same
Oh,
name.
Yeah, right.
I definitely want more on that if they do. That would
I think they will. But so he
It's
doesn't
like they're meant
realize
to
that
be.
she's cute until somebody else says it in
Right.
school.
Gigi.
He
No,
knows
no,
intrinsically.
somebody else.
Okarun.
Like the sleeve
Oh
bag.
yeah.
Yeah.
He got pissed
He got
off
pissed.
when she's like,
He got
"Oh, I heard that she can give it up to anybody,"
Right.
and he was like, "Don't be disrespecting my girl."
But
like
has that ever
That's
happened
my
to you? Have you
friend."
ever like met somebody the first few times you didn't realize that they were like pretty or anything like that? Or
I feel like it's intrinsic, bro. Like I feel like you know, but it's more about like the fact that you're gravitated toward them over other like shit, and then it's just like, oh well, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, kind of.
Well, if you look at their interaction from the very beginning between Momo and Ken,
they don't get a good look at each other?
they don't really. Yeah, and she doesn't come out as like a pretty girl. She's very tomboyish.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's the why he didn't really see her like that as cute. It was more like I saw her as a friend, and
Yeah.
the fact that he just looking for a friend.
right.
That's what he was so hyper focused. But then when somebody like took his view out and said like, "Oh, she's really pretty,"
Right.
he's like, just took a step back from the friendship and was like, "Oh shit, she is pretty.
I
My
know.
friend
I
is
was like, I don't
pretty."
think that's ever happened to me, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like he just wanted a friendship, and
Yeah,
then,
that's what he wanted.
like the attraction comes a little later.
Later.
Right, but then it's there.
Oh yeah, it's there and it stays there.
Yeah,
right.
You don't give up on that,
The grandma, she's my favorite character.
bro. She's talked about everywhere. There's memes about
that
her.
makes sense,
everywhere.
bro.
Well, I just like her vibe. She's almost like a female Jiraiya in the
Yes.
fact that she just likes this stupid idiot samurai show.
Bro,
and
everything about her is just
She's funny. She's funny as fuck. She's
Fred is like, she's perfect, bro.
Bro, the way when she comes, like her episode is fire. Like she's, I like the way they introduce her with this fake out, where like she's bad at being a psychic. She
Fred
gets
is
everything
like,
wrong.
she's my waifu.
Is she your waifu, bro?
I mean, I don't confirm nor deny. You know what I'm saying? But
And then she just turns out to be right, and then she just comes on the scene.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like weird anime weapons. So she's got that bat that's also a big pencil.
Yeah.
I love that. Just, most things about her. And I do kind of like the other, the Turbo Grandma. After she becomes like a doll.
Little doll, yeah.
Yeah, I like how just, like, she's also like,
Nonchalant.
kind of mean.
About shit,
she's like, she's
yeah.
gonna die.
That's how she is. That's how she is, though. Like, that was
She's a
throughout
bad
the whole
guy.
time.
I'm kind of glad that they are keeping these characters. It does betray my trust when they introduce a bad guy. I'm like, okay, how long until they befriend this guy? It's not bad.
Just take it for what it is, bro.
I take it for what it is. I always take it for what it is. And what it is,
No
is
expectation,
fire.
right? Exactly.
Well, because I'm not, into shoujo too much either. But, like, I don't know, when it's done with all this dressing, I do kind of like, like that episode where they couldn't find each other the whole time. I'm like, wow, we're doing this the whole episode? It kind of bothers me. And it gives me, like, not secondhand embarrassment, but I'm like, I get tense.
Angst.
Just fucking watching,
Angst.
Yeah, but they don't linger too long on these like interpersonal conflicts. Like when Okura is like having doubts about,
Right.
Momo, like it could like drag on for like
The whole
chapters.
episode.
It could drag on for chapters about how Aida's the competition and that you might like her, but no, they wrap it up pretty quickly and
Even in the manga?
yeah, like the
pace
pace.
well?
Yeah, the pace of that stuff is good. It doesn't drag out.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like a whole episode is just dedicated on their romance and like the quirkiness of them still trying to find each other or whatever.
So the only way you can trick me into watching a shoujo is by putting aliens and ghosts in it.
And action.
That's all.
And
The action is fucking amazing.
How do you feel about the action?
So,
I love the action, especially in the episode where they're in the school and we get the Loch Ness monster. We get the.
Yeah.
that's just,
You didn't like that episode?
That's where I felt like it was kind of going down, where I was just like, all right.
It was crazy, bro. The whole like
There's a lot of
underwater
so I like-
fighting,
So I like that they brought
them
back
getting
the
butt naked or Ken being butt naked the whole
the
time.
mantis lobster, the mantis shrimp.
shrimp, bro.
So they tease that a little bit. So I do like things like that, but I don't know. That's where I was like, okay, it's getting kind of wacky. I'm okay with it.
Bro, it's been
I was like,
since the very beginning, bro.
I know, but I was like, okay, well, get back to the love story then, or something. I don't know.
So then you do want the love story.
Because of how well it was introduced, but then like I don't know, like even with the end where they thought the mannequin had his second nut or his second.
How do you
golden
feel
ball.
about that? The fact that his dick went away and then he got it back,
Oh,
That shit was
funny.
crazy.
and then his balls are now gone.
That's part of anime.
Do
so
you know
I
that-
like it. I was like,
Oh,
you can only do this in
man.
anime. Like you can't
They
have a Teen Titans
made-
episode like this.
They made
or
a
Injustice.
snack of
Oh.
his balls, bro.
Uh,
Yes, that's a thing. That is a thing, bro. You can do the research on it. That shit's
And-
hilarious.
And again, like played off, as like a joke, like oh,
Yeah, but it makes
This-
sense kind of though.
like this guy needs to find his balls. It sounds funny, but like it's
Yeah.
intrinsic to the plot again.
It is.
Right.
It is. And it makes sense. That's what humans. Aliens don't have our reproductive system, so they want ours, so they can make more. Whatever, fuse or test or whatever.
And it's like a nice literal representation of Okuru having to, become confident.
Right.
His balls, bro.
Yeah, he has to man up.
Right,
Grow.
right.
He has to grow a pair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A good golden pair.
Right.
So him trying to get that back.
He's got one.
Yeah, he's halfway there.
He's halfway
He's
there.
growing.
But by the time he gets the second one, he's a full grown man.
That sucks.
He's just like OP. Just,
They're like on the train riding on the way to Gigi's house, and he's just thinking, he's like, nuts, my nuts, my nuts, my nuts. And they're like, hello, what are you thinking about? He goes, my nuts.
I can't find them.
So we were watching it like just before we recorded the episode in dubbed. Because I just like to hear it in the background, and man, it's too wacky for me in English. Like
It is.
It
I was just
kinda
listening
is.
to it because you had it on the TV. I even asked Gyaan. I was like, "Yo, do you watch it in sub versus dub or something?" He was saying depending.
Yeah.
It depends. So he was before the episode. We were talking about how it is not bad, like the way the voices are, but
I feel like
the subject matter for me is just too like for me to get those like comedic moments.
The English dub for this is fucking awesome. It's one of
I
those
agree.
ones that I would love. The way they transition this, like the feel of it, bro. And this is definitely one that I would definitely prefer to watch English over Japanese.
Wow, really?
Absolutely.
You as
Yeah.
well, yeah.
No question.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it dubbed after the whole thing was, aired.
It's kind of crass when it's in English versus like when it is in Japanese. It's more of a metaphor, like how you're saying.
Yeah, I can see that.
What about the opening, bro? What do you guys think about the opening? The OP,
Song?
bro. The song
It's
and the
fire,
video,
bro. And the video, yes, it's fire as fuck, man.
Yeah,
That is fire.
Are you a creepy nuts stan like I am, bro? I've become a stan, bro. I fucking love all the shit that they do. I was like looking up all their stuff, and they've done other openings. And
Didn't they do one for?
they did one for Masho, but they've done like these. I don't have the names of them here.
I know they're killing it, bro. They're making
kinda killing
like
it.
really catchy anime opening songs that I think captivates people to even want to watch it.
I think also because it's rap. I think rap is
Right.
always the best, bro.
That's the best way to go.
But the best anime openings have been more of like pop and rock.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like it's more pop than rap. Maybe a little bit of both. But
The DanDaDan one?
yeah, I feel like it's not as much. I mean, not as rap as
The beat
other things that I know.
is not like your traditional rap
Right.
beats. You know what I mean? It does have that pop feel.
You think even Bling Bong?
Yeah. Bing bong. But I forgot how the song went. But I still think it's like a pop feel to it. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
they do have, parts that is rap, which I don't mind. I like.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, pop is what catches people like
Right.
that.
It's just a good general song, bro. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good song,
Like,
bro. It's a good song.
Most very good songs or just a collection of songs is usually it's not a particular genre. It's a blend of a lot of different things. You know what I mean?
What's what hip hop is?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's very. When you think of hip hop, it's still very particular in terms of what you think of when you hear it versus.
Well, think about it. Hip
No,
hop.
I'm not saying it's gangster rap. I just mean like it's
Yeah.
very like
No.
rap on top of like these beats and these melody changes. Even dum 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 dum, and then it goes hide the hide the hide the hide the.
You gotta add a little singing in there.
Yes,
Right.
but that's what hip hop is. It's a blend of all that shit. I just think it does really it's as weird and as upbeat as the actual show. It doesn't really capture the show in
It
the
does.
opening because it is like weird.
That high upbeat and the craziness of the song is like the craziness of the show. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and then it has the soft moments of like
the
like
romance.
the loves.
All encompassing, bro.
Yeah, bro. No, it's a
Fantastic.
great song and a great intro, and the video itself is amazing. DanDaDan is one of those animes that it's really hard to hate on. I feel like you're trying to find shit that you might not like, but it just makes it so well, man.
So I did read a little bit ahead, and when I watch an anime, I don't really reread it either. So if I'm like, okay, I look up, what should I start if I just finished the first season,
Yeah.
or whatever. And so I read that this guy Gigi's house, and even they showed it in the last episode, like the house is kind of haunted from the outside in, but then there's also something going on in the house or whatever. Oh, so I know they're pivoting to that. So I know that's gonna be the main guy to beat almost, because I think it was missing direction. But then if you lean back on the love interest as the direction, then that's where I can see it going. Versus being the number one Hokage or finding this or going there, traveling there or whatever. He's just trying to get his nuts back and trying to get uncursed.
Yeah.
So I liked that angle. And then when they brought the mannequin guy in, I thought, okay, it's going to be kind of like Monster of the Week. They ended up not even being his nut. It was something else.
It was a Christmas decoration, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was just his.
An ornament.
Yeah, I think
A golden
was that metaphor?
ornament.
It was an actual ornament.
Yeah, it was an ornament.
Yeah, it was an ornament.
They even said it so did you find the nut? And they were like, no, it was a golden
But
ornament.
that whole situation, it was a push for Okurun to
Right, to see what true love looks like.
yeah,
Yeah, never
like
give
he
up
was
on the
he was
person you
doubting
want.
himself. He was kind of pushing away because he saw Gigi hanging out with Momo.
Right.
And
then-
they had that dynamic.
Oh man, I
kind
thought
of
this shit was
vibe.
hilarious when they were fighting each other. They were both singing a song around her.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know it when I saw it, but people pointed out the song that Gigi and Ken are singing around Momo is it's one of or the opening of Slam Dunk.
Really?
Yeah, like the '90s basketball anime.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I do like that there's a lot of real world references in this series too.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
anime's been doing that a lot lately. Even with Chainsaw Man. That's fans of other things are making anime now. So you get it all over the place. I saw something that was it Momo's dance that she does is off of Rihanna
Rihanna.
dance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just cool to see stuff like that.
Later on, Creepy Nuts, they're in it. Like there's characters that look like them.
Really? Which
Yeah.
ones are they? There was people that whenever I see a character that's overly designed, I always think that stuff like that.
It's later on.
Yeah, it's later.
Oh,
like
really?
there
Later.
there's
Oh, yeah.
there's a band that shows up. But
Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
For the read, bro.
For the read only.
Yeah.
For the ones who read.
Later on.
Well, I'm sure they'll get to it and it'll look even more spectacular.
It'll probably be in
animated.
season 2. It'll definitely be in season 2. You guys are looking forward to season 2?
I kind of
Of
am.
course, bro. I'm gonna watch this shit when it comes out for
Did
sure.
you
Well,
like the way season 1 ended?
No, I didn't.
It ended kind of
I
abruptly,
was-
but I mean, I don't mind.
kind of
Like,
like a-
they're just gonna make more.
I mean,
Would you rather
yeah.
them end an episode earlier?
The main issue that I have with the way it ended was like it was the dudes pinning her down on one end and then
Crocodiles.
yeah, that shit was crazy. But them opening, like, if they did it where they just opened up the hole and saw all the talismans and shit in there, that was a good ending, kinda. It could have been a little better, but, like, I don't know, the way... I just feel like it's a season ender. Like, as a season ender, I feel like it's not the move.
yeah, that was kind of like a criticism I saw. Like most of the criticism I see of this series is like the, I guess, sexualization part. Like
Yeah.
Where?
it, like
that episode when
like
she was
There's
at the
there's a
bath.
few episodes, bro.
Yeah, like where
And
it
then
ends,
the old
you know.
people came in there and they were like, "Ooh, look, she's so pretty. Oh, it's a pretty girl."
Oh, it's
in
okay
here."
for the aliens?
Bro, it's
They-
I'm about to say
No,
it's
like,
literally everywhere.
it's everywhere.
Banana
The
organs
mannequins.
searching for his balls.
Even the first episode, man. One, they took
Yeah,
his
bro.
dick.
I know.
Second, when she got abducted, they literally stripped her to her underwear and then had her spread eagle, and then a weird machine popped out of their pants.
It's,
like,
it's
we're-
literally all over
Come on,
the
bro.
whole
It's like-
series.
Yeah, like if there are people who say like they don't like it or they can't like pick up the series, it's because
Oh.
of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's undeserved because
Okay.
it's not just like fan service. Like there's a
Right.
reason Tatsu like wrote these stuff. Like the whole aliens thing. Like the author does his research on these
It
like
all
stuff.
makes sense.
Yeah, like alien probing. Like that's just a thing.
Right.
So he's writing it into the story.
Exactly. Like it comes from somewhere. It's
Like-
not just something that they're throwing in there for, you know,
Shits
like
and
the
giggles.
oogly. Yeah, you know, like it all makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
it's
he's not
all
just doing it to, you know, like, oh, these miners are like half naked. Like, no, there's a reason for it. It's a coming of age rom com. Like,
Exactly.
these are tropes you see in other, you know, coming of age stories.
Even that episode where, like I said, the one where they were fighting the Loch Ness monster, when
Yeah.
it ended, was Ocon,
All three of them.
like,
were,
was he not butt naked on top of
Yeah.
Momo?
Yeah.
And all the classrooms were like, "Oh my god!"
Oh,
like,
no.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I appreciate the way they animated it. Like, they leaned into, like, the really silly, like, shape of the characters. So
Right.
it doesn't
Well, they
come
kick-
off
they
as,
kick
like,
his ass or whatever. They
Right.
hit him or whatever, and then like a rock goes just right in the right angle where you don't get to see it.
Yeah, man.
They do
Yeah.
censor
Yeah.
pretty well. I do. That's anime though for me. Like it, you know, there's worse things in like Fire Force or in
yeah.
you know.
And this series, like, there's always, I feel like, a positive message to gain from, like, those things.
Right.
Like the people who think they can't watch it, I feel like they're the people that should be watching it.
Right. They can learn something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, you know, like there's always those people who are like, oh,
Brutes.
yeah, like they'll call you, you know, something because you like it or yeah.
Tess, this is what you be watching behind closed doors.
My girl was watching me watch it like from behind, and
It's one of those, bro. It's one of those where it's perfectly fine when you watch it, and then as soon as somebody comes in, you know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying. It's not even that bad. It's not fan servicey. It's not very like, you know, suggestive.
Right.
It is very.
I can see how, you know, certain people might be uncomfortable with it. You know, maybe they had those experiences in their life. That's understandable.
But that's why it should make more sense for you to watch it because it's
Yeah.
more relatable. That's what I was thinking of. Like, for example, that episode in particular, when that happens, that's like a high school fear. You know what I mean? Like you got like some kind of nightmare where you forget to, you know,
I know,
get
they
your
were
uniform.
ass naked, bro.
He was ass
He was
naked,
ass-
and
she was
they
in
had
underwear.
their.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
representation, like, if anybody saw that, they'd be like, "Whoa, what the hell?"
Yeah.
In the middle of the day, in the hallway, while
Oh,
the
I know.
classroom is
It's,
still
bro,
going
it's
on.
one of those fears that you have.
Yeah.
Like,
And
back
why
in
is
the
a
day, you know what I
popular
mean?
girl on her underwears too? What is going on here? Like,
Yeah, that's another like coming of age thing. You know, billions and ghosts, they're fighting them no problem, but like
It's the humans that are difficult to
yeah,
deal
like
with.
high school drama,
Right,
embarrassment.
yeah,
that's something they're
and she even said it. She was like, "I don't care what they say about me. Like,
It was the popular girl who really needs to like wise up. And,
She did though on that episode.
She
She
did.
came out and said, "I was the one who told that lie of that she's willing to give it up for anybody
She gave up her reputation.
Yeah, well,
to be a good friend." I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like they're all gonna be good friends. Even the popular girl, even though she thinks she's the main character of her story,
That part I don't-
she's there to save the world and save.
that part I don't mind too much, but
It's just a funny trope.
It's funny to think that she might have some kind of brain damage at this point. She had the wash
I
pan.
mean, she did die.
Yeah, she
True.
she got hit on the head. She
did.
died.
Oh, with that
Right.
pot that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
you're
might-
right.
so she
She
might
might
become
have some
actually
brain
ditzy.
damage.
instead
Yeah.
of pretending to be.
Nice.
It's funny to think of.
That would be nice. I would. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause,
So-
you know,
I got a question for everybody.
Go ahead.
Do you guys believe in ghosts and aliens?
Oh yeah, do you?
absolutely, bro.
Do you? Do you believe in that?
I'm open to the idea. I mean, I've never had like any kind of experience where
You never been probed before?
You wouldn't remember if he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm open to the idea, you know, like
Of both ghosts and aliens, or
yeah, for ghosts, you know, we've had, you know, generations and generations of people making all these, you know, stories from like saying our experiences, you know,
it could just be the wind.
yeah, like the, you know, spiritual stuff. I like to think that there's that stuff entwined in the world. And then
Do you believe in one over the other? What's more likely, aliens or ghosts?
I'm waiting for y'all to go because I got my own particular.
Do you believe in aliens and ghosts?
So that's another big reason why I like the show is because I believe in both the same. Like, what everything that's unexplained, I just think it could be, you know, like how they do it in like the Marvel movies where like these aliens or these spirits are actually aliens or whatever. I think they kind of are the same. Like, what's the difference realistically between a ghost and an alien? Maybe ghosts are just aliens in regards to like the dimensions, you know? And then maybe, you know, well, I mean, aliens would just be aliens, but, you know, ghost aliens. I don't know, you know? They would have their own ghosts, you know?
yeah, I do like in DanDaDan that they have like a connection between ghosts and aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're trying to figure out that connection, and I feel like
Usually for stuff like that, the more you explain, the less I like it. I like just being able to vaguely be like, okay, yeah, it's probably the same, or, you know, it's probably, different in these ways or whatever.
they all try. I feel like all characters have like their own thoughts about aliens and ghosts. Like
Or
Granny
UFOs.
Psycho doesn't believe in aliens, and she keeps saying like, "Oh,
yes.
that's just a ghost."
Right.
You know, she's like, literally, there's a spaceship above us, and she's like,
That's
it's just a ghost.
But then she tells her that she has psychokinetic ability. She's like, oh, well, that's true, though.
That's true. Yeah, like so they all have their different beliefs, and it's like it's funny because some people just opted up to it's a spiritual thing, and some people opted up to it's an alien thing. So it depends on you and where you fall on. Do you like aliens? Do you believe in ghosts? Kind of thing. So I kind of like that vibe. Like you said, they're not overly trying to explain it and give you a physical explanation to why this is floating and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
They have
at
like
the
a
same
big,
time,
like chi or energy or whatever.
yeah, I do believe in aliens. I feel like 2025 is gonna be one of those alien years. Y'all laughing, but you know I watch my conspiracy theories, and at 2025 they got plans to start rolling out aliens.
Wow.
So
Okay.
be prepared for that.
Okay.
And ghosts, oh yeah, bro, I believe in ghosts. I think there's definitely another dimension that we can't see, but it interacts with our dimension. I'm definitely big into like ghosts and demons and stuff like that because I experienced it myself, man. You know, I can go into this story, but I'll probably leave it for the end. I'll let you guys know my
If you want.
ghost story.
You got a ghost story?
Oh yeah,
You were supposed
man.
to tell us a ghost story at the Junji Ito episode.
Yeah. I'll leave it to what we're reading, watching, and playing.
All right, bet.
But I definitely believe in ghosts and aliens. Go ahead, Fred.
Captain.
So, for me, I do definitely believe in both, but it's more of like thinking, you know, as I encompass everything, I feel like that's one of the big thing for me personally. The world that we know is just far too old and existed for far too long, even before us as a species, to just assume that a lot of these things don't exist. You know what I mean? Going out into space is, you know, like there's too much space for there not to be life outside.
Yeah, there has to be more than us.
But
You going the agnostic route?
why are
aliens?
we... No, because hold on. Because why are we not understanding the fact that NASA was originally created to go underwater? And they went underwater and they stopped looking underwater because what they found underwater, and then they made it a space program. So that's just for yous who don't really know that little tidbit.
That's for you, Kid Lewis.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, you knew that?
So
bro,
there
I'm
is
telling you,
that.
I'm all
Yeah,
about
did you
the
know that?
conspiracy, man.
So there is that.
You know
And
that,
as
bro?
far as
Did you know that, bro?
ghosts,
No?
Now you're learning new
as
things.
far as ghosts, it's like
teaching moment from Fred.
there's too many instances where, again, there are too many stories from times of long ago. And obviously, you know, stories change as they continue to progress or whatever. But there's too many stories about the same kind of events in too many cultures to just say that they're non-existent or not possible.
I don't know, man. It
Even
sounds like the
plausible.
wind, bro. It sounds like the wind.
Yeah, a lot of things sound like the wind. You know what? We have our own ghost story that we're gonna touch on when Lewis does his. So.
Everybody's got a ghost story. It was the wind, bro.
Yeah, it was the wind, bro. Keep telling yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't. You know what Grandma said? Don't disrespect the dead, bro.
I know.
Do not.
So my preference, I used to like aliens more than ghosts, to be honest. But I don't know. I think DanDaDan's kind of turning me on aliens. Because aliens, you know, it's kind of cool to be an alien myself. But if I saw aliens, I think that they would try to eat me. Versus like a ghost where I think, you know.
They're trying to possess you.
They're trying to possess me.
You want to be possessed or eaten?
Pick your
poison,
bro.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. I'd rather try to be eaten because I can kill that person. I mean, I can kill somebody trying to possess me too, though.
You sure?
I don't ever want to get eaten.
More than alien. I don't want to be eaten, but
You got
I'd
more
rather
of a
get-
chance to survive being eaten than you do get possessed, bro. I'll just
right.
throw that out
I think
there.
so.
How about you, man? You rather get eaten or possessed? This is a weird question, man. But this
Hey,
is
you know what I'm
DanDaDan. It's
saying?
weird.
This is where we are. Welcome to the Hyperbolic Podcast. You know what I'm saying?
It gets weirder every
I
episode.
mean, if we're going off of how it's portrayed in DanDaDan, I would prefer possession.
Possession.
Right, you can
Because-
come back from it.
You get superpowers.
Possibly.
Right.
Right.
And the way they portray yokai is like they're not
They're not
Evil.
inherently
Right.
evil,
Right.
right?
they come off as villains, but they're tragic humans. They
Right.
had
Yep.
Right.
tragic lives, and then that, you know, turned them into vengeful spirits. But it's thanks to like the characters, the main cast, they find their closure. They become, you know, helpful to the main cast.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think
And
I kind of fuck with ghosts a little bit more than
Yeah.
aliens.
On the alien side, like they're invaders in this story. They want to exploit others to benefit them.
So they're the good aliens, do you think?
There was that one good alien, the boxing one. I forget.
Yeah, Mantis Shrimp is one of the good ones.
He's a hired hand or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, man. He's just
Even
trying
he
to-
had his own
just
like.
trying to get milk. He's just trying to get milk
Oh,
for his
yes, that's
son,
not-
man. You know
right.
what I'm
For
saying?
the blood
Right.
transfusion.
That was a nice little creative thing to explain like how his
They took a
blood
cow.
is. Yeah, like
That's
they,
why
they,
they've been taking cows, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they managed to tie cow abductions to, you know, him having
Right.
milk blood.
Right.
That was nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
all of it. I just love this.
When I first saw that, I was just like, what is going on here, bro? But then they explained it later on. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, they have their share of good aliens. So it's not just one sided.
Now, would you say this is the anime of the year?
It definitely made numbers.
Top 5?
Definitely top 5.
Definitely top 5. I'd have to say and think about the other animes that came out this
Definitely
year.
top 3.
I think it's top 3.
Definitely
Top
top
three.
3. That number 1 spot, though, I don't know. Because, you know, I'm
What's
a
your
little
number 1
biased
spot?
on this side. I'm a little biased on this side.
We'll
man.
save it for what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're playing.
Okay, man.
So we're almost at the end of the dance. So, like I alluded to earlier with Crunchyroll, they kind of shot themselves in the foot because it was revealed that they had limited distribution for promotion on DanDaDan because they said that they were still undergoing acquisition discussions. The Crunchyroll was like, no, we're not going to push it out yet until we don't want it to get too big because we want to try to buy it first before. So, you know, they fucking didn't really like put it out there, and that's why they had to go to Netflix to be like, you know, we want people to see it. And a lot of people saw it still on Netflix. That's kind of why I'm going the Netflix route. Because it's kind of fucked up that Crunchyroll would do that to one of its own, you know, like animes.
Netflix, remember, we're talking greatly about you guys. Send that bag over here. Matter of fact, we got movie ideas. We need some.
Yeah.
Y'all said y'all want to pick up a new anime?
Yeah, I can come up with 10 right now on the spot.
So they don't have. Speaking of, they don't have video games and they don't have movies for it.
It's still fresh. It's still new.
It's fresh. It's new.
I would rather them take super long on a game for DanDaDan than just throw some shit out there, bro.
Right, or like do a mobile game instead.
Oh
But,
my
like, don't
God,
put a
please.
single dollar into that.
Please don't.
But they do have a video game called Aliens vs. Ghosts. I sent it to you guys. It's a first-person shooter where you play as an alien fighting waves of ghosts. So that's the closest you get really to that. And then in DanDaDan, the aliens are the bad guys and the ghosts are demons trying to save the Earth from an alien invasion. Kind of like a Monsters vs. Aliens. Have you seen that movie? That DreamWorks movie?
Yes, okay, yeah.
So that's the closest you can get to a movie version as well. So
It's just so damn niche, bro. You know what I mean? And each side has had so many stories about their side being told. You know what I mean?
right. So I kind of like it, and that's pretty much it.
You got anything else you want to add on to DanDaDan?
I think we, covered it good amount. There's definitely a lot of stuff I have here, but
Tell me. Because Lewis also he just basically took, which was good. All the shit that I had about the author.
Oh, bro, I did research on the author.
Bro,
I was
ready,
bro. I was ready for this episode, bro.
So one thing that I have, I
I
guess,
woke
is
up early, took a shower, was ready to come on time.
Get to go.
Bro, his teeth, he smells good. So the author has a passion for mealtime scenes in anime. He said it in an interview that he likes to put mealtime scenes after a major scene in the anime. So after they like do a big fight, the very next episode or the end of the episode or whatever is them all eating together, which I thought was kind of weird when the pink-haired girl, that she was just at the table with them, and I'm like, bro, like you guys barely became friends that last episode. So, but that's why he likes to do it. And he says it's a real life thing that he believes that people who work hard should eat well.
Yeah.
So it also goes into like his humble beginnings with being like an assistant to all these different mangas and animations. And he says the worst thing to be is hungry and alone. So by contrast, the best thing to be is with families eating delicious food.
I mean, that's a huge chainsaw thing too. When you look at Benji, you know what I mean?
Right.
Being in that, so it makes sense that he had his hand in that. And I feel like have you ever played Persona?
I have not.
Have you guys ever played Persona?
I don't think I have.
I've
Persona
played
5.
Yeah, I've played 5.
5 in particular, every time you meet anybody new, sometimes they just join, sometimes they're enemies, but they always have that joint bit at the end where they have their time to sit down and meet up or whatever.
They celebrate by going somewhere to eat.
Exactly. So I feel like it paints the right picture in terms of camaraderie and how important it is to, even if you go through something traumatic or if you go through just a regular day, just to have that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, man. I feel like that's it for DanDaDan. Damn, man. It was actually a really good thing, bro. But now we're going to jump into our next segment.
What's the next segment, bro?
What we're reading, what we're watching, what we're playing.
Sheesh.
So let's jump into that.
Gyaan, let the listeners know what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing, bro.
Reading is probably the bigger list.
Oh.
Nice.
It's one of those things I don't realize until I've put it down. But
We love that. That's good fluff because we never have anything to read. So
Right.
by all
Maybe
means,
Fred,
take
but
all
I've changed.
I
talked about this on the last podcast.
He did.
earlier this year, Jujutsu and My Hero, I finished reading those. Currently, though, I'm reading Chainsaw Man,
Nice.
One Punch Man,
Okay.
the JoJo Lands, Part 9 of JoJo.
Is that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah.
Okay.
The JoJo Lands.
We need an episode on that because I really need a.
Yeah, bro. I think
talk
that'd be a
about
great
it.
idea.
We'll
talk
have
about it all the
we'll have
time.
Oscar on it. He really likes it.
They said they're gonna start animating
So-
Speedball Run. Yeah.
Boruto, Two Blue Vortex. That's that's the Shippuden of Boruto. So
Okay. Can I start with that? Just that?
No.
yeah.
Tell him that it gets better.
Gyaan, give me permission to just start Blue Vortex.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Alright, there it is, folks.
I mean, I'm honestly reading Boruto just out of the fact that I've seen Naruto.
Right.
So I want to see what's up with this new generation. I mean, the first part of Boruto, I think it's all right. TPV, it's getting interesting. I think.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Because I did watch so much fucking Boruto, man, and then it didn't go anywhere. Like they went all the way to the Rock Village or whatever, and still nothing was really happening.
Yeah, that's a weird thing with that series. Like, the anime has added so much stuff to it. Like, in the manga, like...
So if I had been reading it this whole time, it would have been nicely paced?
I don't know, like...
Right.
Like, where I started reading... Well, I was watching it first, up to, like, episode 60-something, which is when they fight Momoshiki. And then I started reading it just to see, like, where it goes from there. And then I started seeing, like, how much was not in the manga versus in the anime. So
that's where we went wrong, bro. We should have been reading it from the beginning.
Like, on one hand, it's...
I'm fine.
Well, because you know the Naruto fillers, they got all the different kind of missions and whatever that they go on or throughout the day or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just chalk it up to that.
Yeah, I kind of hate that though, bro.
I don't like the pace of the anime, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, on the one hand, it's nice that the anime is, giving screen time to all these side characters and whatever, but like...
Well, because I like some of them. I like Choji's daughter.
Chocho?
That was a nice episode where she became like all skinny and shit, but then she became like a rude person.
Yeah, and then when you go to the manga, it's like none of these characters have that screen time. It's weird.
I do want to do an episode about like fillers. Like I know we have our own filler, but like fillers can be good, but for whatever reason, man, it just wasn't hitting, bro.
Yeah, that's one of those series I'm just reading to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm also reading Sakamoto Days, Spy Family, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, Bungo Stray Dogs. I have to catch up on that a bit because I had some weird release scheduling. I just saw there just like 10 or so chapters I need to catch. And the most recent thing I started reading was Kakurabachi.
Nice.
Yeah, that anime is gonna be fire.
You think so?
Yeah.
I only read volume 1, so I think it's the first six chapters. I know there's a couple more, so I need to catch up. But god damn, bro, just from those 6 chapters alone, I was just like, I need more. I need more. Like I like the concept. I like the world that they created with the samurais and the swords, and they have special powers.
I like the vibe, bro. Anything funny, bro.
It's the vibe.
Anything funny, I'm for.
You think it was funny?
It's kind of funny.
I didn't see a lot of humor in him.
It's not DanDaDan funny, but like I like the main guy, bro.
He's not funny though. He's very serious.
Yeah, but I like
he's got that dry humor. I guess.
Yeah, I think it's what it is. Dry humor.
Yeah.
Like people see him as serious, but like Chihiro, he has a good heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like the world that they built, and I want to dive more into this world.
Yeah,
like more about these organizations and these special people that have powers and abilities and these swords, and I'm just like, I want more. Give me more. Like,
right. Yeah, right now it's at a point where you're like really interested to know, like, because there's like that whole thing with the war that happened
before,
right? Yeah, so like right now people are like wondering what the hell happens in that period, because like the way they portray the blades, their power, it's like, what did they fight with these things? It's crazy.
It is, but it's intriguing. And
I
think it's gonna be one of those big animes.
Are they manufactured, or is it like is it supposed to be like
the swords?
Yeah.
So the main character Chihiro, he and his father, they're
sword makers.
Yeah, his father's like a legendary swordsmith.
Yeah, we also kind of like dumb and
he's like a himbo kind of dad.
Right.
But his claim to fame was these 6 special enchanted blades. He found a way to incorporate sorcery, which exists in that world, into these swords, and he entrusted them to these 6 people he chose to fight the war with them, and then he sealed them away when it was done. This group of sorcerers, they come, they kill his dad, they take the swords, and that like prompts Chihiro's mission to get revenge. Like,
but little did you find out that Dad crafted a 7th sword. Give it to his son.
I mean, it's not like a secret, but it's like, hey, there's a 7th one, and it's the one the main character uses.
Yeah. Well, let me say it the way I want to say it.
Let him
a secret 7th sword.
Let him spoil it the way he wants to spoil it, bro.
Just for his son. No, but that anime is like, I like it, bro. I'm glad you put me on because I know you brought it up first.
I brought it up for a long time, because I like anything samurai, bro.
Is it animated already, or is it just a manga?
It's a manga.
You gotta read it first.
I'm probably gonna read it. And then in case they do make an anime for
Oh,
it.
they definitely are.
It's still relatively fresh. There's only like 60-ish chapters.
Right. Playing and watching.
Watching, I mean, anime-wise, there's
Thinking.
Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War. I'm not as big of a fan as Bleach as I used to be, but it was exciting to see that this final arc has finally gotten animated. It looks really nice, and the author, he's getting to work on it too. So like,
Yes.
there's some stuff that he might have added or will add that he couldn't at the time. So I've been trying to watch Gintama. It's really long, so it's something I'm like on and off with. That's pretty much all I'm currently watching. Everything else is already passed this year.
You playing anything?
Most of my time right now is Warframe and Indiana Jones in the Great Circle.
Ooh.
That's
Video
just
game?
yeah, new Indiana Jones game
Yeah. It's on Xbox only, unfortunately.
and PC.
Well, yeah, Xbox and PC.
For PS5, it comes out January, I think.
Yeah, next year sometime.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's really good.
I mean, so for me, so you are reading something. So reading, not really anything, bro.
What a change. What the hell is going on? That full moon must have did something, boy.
Well, because I'm just, I'm catching up with the same stuff that I always am. Kadokawa, Wild Strawberry, and Chainsaw Man. But as far as anything new, last episode, like we try to do between episodes as well. So I haven't read anything new. No, I do want to read these new DC books, Absolute Superman and Absolute Batman.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine, he tried to put me on, so I will actually take his advice and read him. Because I don't know if you guys saw that new Superman trailer.
Yes,
Yeah.
I sent it to you guys.
Yeah.
On the chat.
So, it did get me kind of excited. So, instead of just rereading my own Superman, I want to do some new stuff. And then playing, me and my girl started It Takes Two last night.
On the PS5?
PS5, yeah, because it's a PlayStation
What do you think?
Pro. I like it a lot.
I told you it's good,
At,
bro.
at first, it was kind of not slow, but it was kind of like, I was like, all right, I like the way it feels as well. But now we both got the powers. She's got the hammer and I got the nail. Oh my god, this shit is kind of nice.
It is, bro. It's nice.
It's kind of like adult in a way. I know that they're dealing with adult situations like an actual divorce.
Yeah.
But man, like the way they kill. So this is some spoilers for It Takes Two. But the way that they kill like the vacuum, they kill him like God of War style, bro.
Damn.
They fucking like ride him and get him to kill himself, and they.
Yeah, the vacuum thing.
Yes,
yeah, I'm
bro.
telling you, man. It's crazy, but it's crazy.
It
good.
kind of reminds me of that movie. Have you seen Nine?
No,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
There's a movie with
Animated
like little
movie,
sack boys or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like it's animated.
Oh yeah, 9. Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
man, it's like adult. It's like the themes is like real heavy. So
It is heavy because it's like a divorce. Divorce is heavy subject to begin with. So to kind of
then
like
it
dive
becomes,
into.
like wacky because they're like
But it's supposed to be fun, wacky, but then again, like I don't know if kids would enjoy this
I don't know.
game
I don't know either. I don't think so.
because I enjoy it as like the storytelling and the fact that I'm playing it with my partner.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know if a kid would enjoy it. I mean, it is kind of wacky. Like you are fighting a vacuum, and
You're fighting the vacuum, and the way they talk is very animated. But then there's a scene where they pick up a hammer, and he's like, "Oh my god, please save me! I'm dying of rust. Dying of rust hurts so bad." And I'm like, God damn, it's kind of heavy, bro.
I think it is made for like
Adults.
adults, but it's just like I feel like it's just made so that anybody can pick it up.
Yeah, anybody
You know
can
what I
pick it up.
mean? So like it's not necessarily catered to kids. It's more catered to adults, but it's just more catered to a story that anybody could learn from as, in like a partnership that is just very easily accessible.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could get into it. Like it's not even though it's like kind of heavy subject matter, it's not like it's portrayed in a different kind of way. It's more inviting. So that you can easily, well not easily, but more easily deal with it than,
it's by the same people who made A Way Out, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's heavy.
I can see why. I can see how like they're not all for kids. Yeah, and then their new game they announced.
split fiction,
Yeah,
Same style?
same style, same concept.
I
It's
kind of like these.
Takes Two.
I kind of like these games, bro.
But now they
Yeah.
have like dragons that you can fly together or wizard powers and stuff like that. So it's more elevated. Yeah. So I'm looking. My girl sent me in. And I
is
was
the
like,
couch co-op coming back, bro?
I think so, bro.
About time, bro. I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss the couch co-op, man. It's the couch. Oh my god, bro. That's like childhood right there. Like just having your friend come over and split screen.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, it feels good too. It's like I like the way it's positioned, everything about it.
Yeah.
I like that we both got different powers.
Yeah, and y'all, it feels like y'all separate. Like it's like you don't feel like you're joined like hip to hip. Like you gotta be in the same position, the same spot.
No.
Like I can move forward, and my
Yeah.
girl can still be behind trying to figure out that jump that she can't get
Yeah.
over. And I'll be like, "Bro, where you at?" And like I'm waiting on you for this next part of the
I'm over
mission.
there throwing nails at her.
But it's fun, man. Yeah.
And then the homie got me Black Myth Wukong for my birthday.
No.
The homie Captain Kilimanjaro. So he knew I was waiting on that physical, and I have it downloaded for my free time.
Whatever that's about.
Whenever that is, whenever I get free time.
I got that game on my Christmas list, so I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the last, we are watching The Office. My girl's first time watching The Office. So,
Oh man. Tell her it gets better after season 2, I think.
yeah. So I think we kind of
It's
are
kind
right
of
there.
dry in the beginning.
It is super, but it's also super like tense and embarrassing. Like we have a mutual friend, who cannot watch it because he will literally die of secondhand embarrassment. Watch that show. And even our friend Oscar, he doesn't like watching it from the beginning. He likes starting at season like 3 or whatever.
Yeah, because that's where it gets more. The humor is less dry.
He just doesn't like how tense it is. Like
In the beginning, yeah, bro. If you watch the first couple episodes, it's like super.
well, because they want to be together, but they can't. So he just likes to start where they're already like together and
everybody's just friends.
yeah,
and
everybody's just
has,
having
their-
fun.
Yeah,
Nothing's at stake. Like
The
the first
vibe.
couple seasons,
you can feel the vibe.
they're about to
change.
get shut down. So it's like, what about you, bro? What you want? What you reading? What you watching? What you playing?
I'm reading Sakamoto Days. I got that on my Kindle. So I'm reading that. Catching up with Kaiju 2. It's getting really good. Same thing with DanDaDan. Just staying on top of that. And the samurai one, I can't remember the name of it.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Kagurabachi?
Kagurabachi.
Kagurabachi.
So I'm reading Kagurabachi. And that's pretty much it, man. Just staying on top of that. I'm looking for more new animes to read. I just got done reading Hell's Paradise, all 13 volumes of it. Really good. Really good, yeah.
I think I read that last year.
Did you read the whole thing?
Yeah, I
was
watched it.
disappointed with the ending.
Yeah,
I was disappointed.
Let Gyaan talk about it, actually.
No, I was disappointed because they finally got to like the main battle, the final battle, your main character and the big boss.
Okay.
And I was just so disappointed in how that fight went. It kind of felt like that Naruto, that heart-to-heart speech
Oh, instead.
for it to end. And I'm just like,
Talk no jutsu works every time, bro.
Right.
why? Why is it always gonna be that heart-to-heart conversation for the battle to finally end or reach its like end?
Well, I don't know. Without spoiling too much, if you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, spoilers for Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is how you do it, right?
He was like 20 years old, bro.
You tee
We
it up.
said we're gonna do a whole
You
episode
tee-
on it, man.
You tee it up, so just in
There we
case
go.
anybody who doesn't want to can tune off and fast forward. But the way they ended that, where he basically like took his bending away, and that's how that resolved. I like stuff like that, like creative, like little. That's a way you can like come to peace without having just to like snuff them out.
I guess that's a good way of ending it because you're like he's physically taking his powers away and then like okay it's done, but not the heart-to-heart conversation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in the like you know you can't win, so you gotta have to like pull out that emotional card. Like yo, what's really bothering you, bro?
Yeah.
Like what's really getting you there? Let's talk about
Well, 'cause
that.
that's a way to depower the villain. You take away his hate. So, but with Avatar, he didn't take away his hate. He just took away his power.
X
Like,
couldn't, bro.
Because they couldn't win, so they
couldn't,
like
bro.
I might as well just take this guy's power out.
Right, you can hate me from the jail cell.
Yeah, basically.
But all right, I get what you're saying though.
I've been watching The Penguin on HBO Max.
Nice.
Really good acting, bro.
Good
Really
acting.
good acting, yes.
So I want to watch it. My girl's kind of like she'll fall asleep, so I know I'm gonna watch it by myself, but then I have to like plan for it.
it's good.
Really good
Yeah.
acting, really good. Have you guys heard of The Ultimatum on Netflix? It's a
the Bourne movies.
no, it's a show. It's based off Love Is Blind.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so me and my girl, it's because of my girl. We're watching. We just got done watching the last season of The Ultimatum.
But you like it though?
Man, I don't want to talk about it. So it's one of those things I've been watching. I'm just letting you know. If you guys seen season 3, just know I had a lot of shit to say on that.
Okay.
If you guys follow, I'm gonna put down my girl's Instagram, TikTok account. You can see a whole video, a bit of me going fucking ballistic
Before the band.
And I didn't even know I was being recorded. It was,
Very nice.
I was just talking mad shit.
Okay.
It'll be down here, Fred. Put it somewhere. Not Fred. Sorry, my bad. Oscar, put it down here.
Oh my God, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Fred is like trying to air spell it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
My bad. Oscar, put it somewhere down here. And then I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I'm waiting for Christmas to come so I can start playing the Wukong, so it's gonna be a Christmas gift. And that's pretty much it, man. Just chilling.
Chilling.
All right, so the story for this is I used to live at this house a long time back when I finally moved to Florida with my parents. Well, when I say parents, I mean parent. When we moved into this house, and prior to us moving there, a bunch of my other family members had lived there too.
Okay.
And they all had like their own like experience with that house. You know, I didn't really believe into it because I wasn't a big fan. Like, I didn't believe in ghosts or whatever. I thought, like, I knew they were there, but, you know, I never got bothered by them.
Right.
But when I moved to this house, you know, I started experiencing things. Like, you always hear, like, it starts always, like, the simple shit. Like,
Right.
things move around when they're not supposed to, or you
Right,
hear, like,
you
little
thought
noises,
yeah.
thumping or whatever. But in my case, it was more like glass clinging together, especially at night. You hear that shit like 24/7, just glass clinging. And again, you don't put too much mind because you're like, it's glass clinging. What the fuck? Like, whatever. You just go to sleep. But I've never had, what's it called? Paralysis?
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. I've never had that in my life.
Right.
And to this day, I haven't had any of it since I moved out of the house. So basically, like, I would wake up and I feel like my body I can't move for shit. I can look around my room, but I can't move. And it's like this overwhelming fear, like there's something in the room with you and you just can't do nothing about it. It's crazy. Until you gotta force yourself to move like a pinky or something until you can finally break out of that paralysis. And I've only had it there in that house. And then like just recently, not recently, like a while ago, I had a dream that was back in that house, and I couldn't go into my room. I could go anywhere in the house except that room. Like, it was like the door was locked. Like, I was like, basically it was like, it felt like an entity was telling me like, you cannot come in here, even though it was my room. You know, and then
Well, new ghosts live there now, so that's why you couldn't go.
probably, or somebody new lives there.
Don't open the door, Denji.
But we used to have this big ass mirror on the wall, and it kind of faced. So our TV was like in the corner. This big ass mirror was on the main wall, and every time you watch TV, you kind of like a glimpse of your like side of your peripheral vision.
Okay.
Like, you will always feel like somebody's standing behind the sofa, or you would see like a little girl in all white like just run past behind the sofa, and you'd be like, what the hell? Like, you you get that like that weird spine feeling, and then you turn around like, what the fuck? Or you look at the mirror more hard and be like, did I just see somebody behind?
That's a sixth sense, bro.
No, it's crazy, bro. But it was only in that house, and everybody that lived there, like my family that used to live there, even my uncle moved in after we moved out, and even his experience was the same thing. He's like, yo, clinging all the fucking time. But he had like an actual encounter where he was sleeping, and I think he was by himself that night, and he said he felt like somebody grabbed his hand and just like yanked him out of the bed. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, not that I've never experienced, but like the paralysis, sleeping, and like feeling like something is in the house with you at all time. Like,
I don't know, man. Sounds like the wind, bro.
I don't know.
That really sounds like the wind, bro.
I don't know.
You tell them about our fucking experience.
Well, no, tell me, because I have bad memory, bro.
He's trying not to bring that shit back because he still lives in the same house. So there was one day where so this was back in like our high school days, like just out of high school or whatever.
Okay.
Where like, because I used to live down the road from young Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
And we would, you know, like come over and just hang out and chill.
Oh, you just forgot?
I know what he's talking about.
Block that
So-
memory
Go ahead.
because it was so scary.
There was one night in particular.
Right.
Now, different things have happened on different nights, but this night in particular,
I just told my girl the story like a week ago.
it was one of the nights where I was just chilling at his house, and it was something like a game or some shit that I had at my house, and it was like, I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or some shit. Around about there during those times, you know, when the veil is at the thinnest, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
The spiritual power is at the height.
Yeah,
when the
bro.
full moon is just shining
bro,
bright.
it's one of those times, bro. It's one of those times.
The witching hour.
They tell you not to go outside at 3 a.m. and this is one of the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? So we're just like, well, fuck it. You know, let's just like, you want to drive there? You want to walk there? It's like, bro, it's right there. Let's just fucking walk down there and then come back. So we go and we're walking, and there's this house right here on the fucking corner.
Right.
It's not the same as it used to be, but there was a little. Is the fucking thing there still?
No. It's
No,
like
of course
a
not.
swing set. Not a swing set.
It's a little like, you know,
a
those.
swinging bench.
Yeah, the benches that like swing
Swing.
or whatever. It's like white wicker type shit.
Yeah.
So we're like walking down the road,
Yeah.
and it's way more quiet than normal. And I'm just like, well, you know, that's weird, but this is whatever, because this is one of those things that happen, right? It's
Usually you can hear like the frogs.
exactly some kind of noise. It was dead quiet, so like whatever. And we're just talking shit or whatever, and we're walking on like, I think we were walking on that side of the road first, right?
Yeah.
And then
On the way back or whatever.
oh my god. So we're walking down, and I see no bullshit. I see there's like a kid, and I think it's like a little girl.
Yep.
And she's in the fucking swingy bench thing, and she's just swinging on it.
And there's like a light right over her.
Yes, bro.
You guys didn't say
And-
hi or anything? Wave at her?
No.
You just bolted?
No, because we saw it,
We just walked and we're like, what the fuck?
and I looked at him, and I was like, you see that, right? He's like, yeah, no, I see that, bro. Let's go across the street.
Nah, bro.
Let's go across the street,
That's
bro.
the. Oh, man. I'm a type of
I
guy.
don't even know if
I'm
she had a
comfort.
face.
I'm confrontational.
We couldn't see.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. We
I would have been like, yo, you don't want to go see the little girl need help or something?
hell
No, she was on the porch of her house.
Yeah,
At
bro.
3 in the morning?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
in the
need to
morning.
investigate, bro.
I Scooby Doo fucking.
Yeah. bro.
I
Yeah, you
love
do that.
investigating
Hell
shit,
no.
bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be like Momo, bro. You gotta just go right up to it, bro.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah,
we
like, you
went
wanna play
straight
a
to my
game?
house. We quick in pace. We went straight to my house.
We can't play Tekken Tag Tournament from the bowels of hell.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You try to get lured into
Yeah.
some kind of fucking other world, bro. And then when we were walking back, gone.
Right.
That shit wasn't
Then she
swinging
went
at all.
back.
That shit was just, it was gone, bro. And we
Yeah.
were just like, this can't ever happen again.
We're no longer walking at 3 in the morning.
Right? No, hell no.
Last time.
Yeah, bro.
But I love haunted shit, bro. I love anything that has to do with like haunted spirits. Like
Oh,
I'm
the
down to go
paranormal.
for like when I went to Louisiana, to New Orleans, we did like a haunted tour and stuff like that. So
Really?
I love that shit, bro. I really do. Cause I believe in it and I enjoy it. Like I don't know, it's like it's a weird thing.
For me, I feel like it invites it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's inviting it, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have anything against it at all, but like, you
You're
know,
not
it'd be kind of
invited.
cool. Right? That's what I'm
You
saying.
cool, bro, but from the outside,
Bro, because the thing is, you can invite it, and not all of them are like bad. Like, Talk to Me. You seen Talk to Me, right? The movie, bro. Because you fuck around, you invite the wrong thing, and that's it. Your whole life sucks. And then it's a possibility that your kid's whole life sucked too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, bro, I don't need to be friends with Ghost that bad.
right? right.
I'm trying to get the powers, bro. The granny powers.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I don't need my left nut. Y'all can take that.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got 3. I'm good.
I got 3. I was born with 3, so technically you can take 1, bro.
3?
I'm good with 2. it's a deformity. I'm just been saying. Anyways, Fred, so what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing, man?
Reading, watching, playing, man. Reading, watching, playing. All right, so for me, right now, what am I watching? Obviously, I just watched DanDaDan. I'm also watching Bleach. Because, man, oh, man, it's been such a ride. And it's just so beautiful, bro. Like, I just love how well it's fucking executed. And they're getting to, like, the best parts now. You know? So that's mainly what I'm watching. I know that there's so many other things I have to watch or catch up on. Like, I have to catch up on One Piece. The last part I saw was the Luffy fight in Egghead. And I have to watch, like I said, Castlevania, because Nocturne Part 2 is coming out. And I watched that too. So many different things that I have to watch. As far as when I'm playing, I play so much fucking games too, man. I actually just started replaying Star Wars Jedi. The first one, Fallen Order, yeah. Because I'm like...
It was kind of short.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the second one, it was just, it was not as expansive, I guess you could say. It's still good, bro. Because that's why I knew I wanted to play the second one, and I'm just one of those where just like, I have to play the first one first, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta play it, I gotta get through it, even though I did it already. I've also been playing XCOM. I don't know if any of you are familiar with XCOM like that.
I know
it's a tactical alien game, actually, So it's super cool because the aliens have invaded Earth and they, come under the guise of peace, but they have spread themselves as like the politicians and everything throughout the world. And they are taking over, and you are XCOM, a team that is a very small team that is built to dismantle the alien regime. That's kind of lit.
Sounds like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, almost. Those are the main things I'm playing right now. And what I'm reading, I'm not really reading anything.
You left it last.
There is a reason. I'm continuing the Journey of the West every now and then because I do not have as much time as I used to.
Bro, just do an audiobook.
I don't like that, bro.
All right.
I don't like that, bro. I'd rather just listen to music or like watch videos or whatever. However, what I am actually going to be reading, I don't know if anybody in here is familiar with Corey Kenshin, a YouTuber. So he's a really big YouTuber.
Okay.
Black man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gotta give props to him. He's one of the best American YouTubers to have ever been, and that's not just me saying it. The numbers also...
Numbers don't lie, bro.
The numbers don't lie, bro. The numbers don't lie. The numbers are there. And he was on a very long hiatus. We've been missing this man dearly. And out of nowhere, he just popped right back out. He was in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Okay.
He was the cab driver at the end. But he has been gone because he has been working on his own manga that he himself has made, and he has gotten a team together to help create. So I already bought 2 of the first volumes, one for me to go through and one to just keep as like a collector's item or whatever. And that is what I will be reading.
It's on the way, or
going forward? It is on the way, yeah.
pre-order?
Pre-ordered. I think it's out already, actually, and you might be able to read it. I don't know exactly where, but you can get the physical copies if you go to his YouTube page, and there's a link right on there his.
Look, it's like I'm plugging them in, bro.
No, bro, because the thing is, like, I don't know. For me, wanting to make like video game videos and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it makes sense because I do a lot of research, but they're part of why I want to do it anyways.
Do it,
You know what
bro.
I mean? Like, especially with like how you can't really rent games like that these days, and how everybody wants to try to find how a game is, and you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta risk $80 to see if a game is worth something. No, it just sucks, man. So that's kind of what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? Spread positivity and just let you know, is this game really trash? Yeah, it might be. Or it just might be if you like a particular kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mainly it for me.
All right, man. This episode's going a little longer than I was expecting, but it is what it is. So,
Thank you, Gyaan, for
Yes, sir.
being our DanDaDan
Yeah.
exorcist expert.
That dang old Dan, man.
Thanks for having me.
hey, no problem, man. Thank you for being part of the podcast.
Do you want to do any shout-outs? You want to shout out your Instagram or anything that you're getting into, or Discord?
No, I have a shit post page for Yakuza.
Okay, yeah.
It's just a no context page. No context Yakuza.
Okay,
So
cool.
Everyone loves memes, bro.
like I just saw no one did one, so I was like, I'll just do this for fun. And
Where it's on Instagram, or where is it at?
Instagram.
What is the
The
What's the
title?
tag?
what did you say?
No context dot Yakuza.
No context. Dot
Yakuza. So Oscar,
Yes.
please put it in.
Yeah. So I guess if you're a fan of that series, I try to just post random shit from it.
Is it all the games?
Yeah.
Nah.
Even the spin-off stuff like the Fist of the North Star game.
Oh.
I don't post that one as much, but
Okay.
I mean, it's
We'll add you at least for sure.
yeah.
For sure. All right, man. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast, the Hyperbolic Podcast. We are the norm, and you guys are the normies, and you guys are the best fucking fan base we could ever have. So remember, we are on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon, and YouTube podcasts. So come listen to us there when we do drop the video version on YouTube. So make sure you follow us on our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the bell when hot fire is being dropped. And of course, we love you guys. Keep doing you. And I hope you guys have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas.
Right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. And like we say at the end of every episode,
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
and we out. Deuces.